Hi everyone, I'm so excited about this video. It's going to be a little different than my other videos. It's a cacti and succulent tag relay challenge. And first I want to say thank you to Alex from Windowsill Succulent Gardening for coming up with this idea and inviting me to participate. So the way it works is I answer questions that he already answered in his tag relay video, and then I can invite and tag somebody else who enjoys succulents and grows them, and they can answer the same questions. So let's start. First question is, how long have you been growing and what was your first succulent? I started growing succulents a little over 2 years ago, and my first succulent was actually cactus, and here it is. It's still alive. Its name is Pelasgia chichipe or Lemyricerius, if I said that properly. I think I got it in IKEA, and it was maybe half of this size and much thinner. It's a super grateful plant. But this is actually not the first time I started growing succulents. I was about 12 years old when I started growing cactuses, and my parents tell me that I kept coming with cuttings from family members and friends, and I think I had like 7 varieties, and actually this year I was trying to find some of those varieties that I had as a child. I think this Mammillaria gracilis fragilis or thimble cactus is very first cactus I had as a child. I remember taking cuttings and trying to root them. I didn't read about it anywhere, just follow my instinct, and I would just stick them in the ground and they would root. So when I turned 18, I don't know what happened with them when I moved out. I think my parents gave them away, but I'm excited to have some of the same cactuses again. Alright, second question is, why do you grow succulents? I think there is more than one reason. I really enjoy contact with nature and plants. I find it very therapeutic. So on the days when I was under a lot of stress and dealt with some people that were not so nice, I come home and I spend some time with plants, and I feel like life is more hopeful and joyful. I just feel better. And the other reason, I think that they're just amazing plants. I mean, you can't just take from any plant a leaf and produce a plant. And I think it's incredible that they have genes for reproduction in different parts of the plant. So you can take a leaf and have a plant, or cut the top off, or just use a piece of stem and still plant will grow, and I think that's just fascinating. And there is such a diversity among them, and they're just so interesting to look at. Third question is, what else do you grow? During the summertime, late spring and early fall, I spend a lot of time outside because I maintain our landscaping, and so I grow hydrangeas, lily of the valley, bleeding heart, a lot of different hostas, boxwood, and I'm excited to show you some of those plants when the weather is nicer next spring. Question number 4, what are your 3 favorite genus? I love Crassula diversity among that family. Then I really like Greptovarius, and I love Euphorbias. I think sedums are also fun, but I think Euphorbias, Greptovarius, and Crassulas are my favorite. So next question is, what are your 5 favorite plants? This is a tough one. I have so many succulents and cactuses that it's really hard to answer this. I like a lot of them, but if I have to choose, I think among those 5 top favorites would definitely be this Crassula perforata or string of buttons. I have it a little over 2 years, so when I started growing succulents, and I just love these leaves stacked up one on top of each other. I think it's a very interesting plant. Then another favorite would probably be this Crassula ovata jade plant. I just love that look of a tree. I think it's very interesting. Then I also really like Senecio rhodianus, string of pearls. I mean, such a fun plant to have, just such an interesting look. And then I really like this sedum clavatum. Right now it's all cuttings trying to root, so it doesn't look very representable. And my fifth favorite would probably be this Cryptovaria Blue Pearl. I love this plant. Love the color, that icy blue color, and then get some purplish or pinkish colors as well during the time when it's on the bright sun. Right now it's on recovery from mealybug attacks, so it doesn't look the best, but it's a very pretty plant. Alright, so next question is, what is your least favorite succulent? Well, I probably have favored the least this aloe that I have neglected so many times, but this plant proved me that it's going to stay, and I think it moved to a category of somewhat liked plants, not anymore least favorite. Because I wouldn't water it for such long periods of time, and it just kept growing, and it can tolerate some shade as well. So I actually gave it a new pot. So next question is, how many do you own? I have over 150 varieties of succulents and cacti, and over 160 pots, so quite a bit. So next question is, what is your growing space? During the late spring, summer, and early fall, it's really easy because I can keep all of my plants outside. So I keep them on the deck or porch, and they have plenty sunlight and space. During the winter season, it's a little bit harder, so I keep them in this plant room here. And I have 4 shelves that are 6 feet tall, 5 feet wide, and 1.5 foot deep, and I can fit about 100 pots on those shelves and grow lights. And then I have some plants here on the ground by the window, and some plants are in the basement where I have a smaller set of shelves. So it's limited space, but it's not too bad. I'm able to fit all of my pots. Next question is, have you ever lost a special or expensive one? I have lost quite a bit of succulents in the beginning because I didn't know how to take care of some of them, and also I had problem with my cats that would chew on them. I even tried different sprays that I ordered online that's supposed to help pets not to come around the plants, but it just didn't work out. I remember some of my jade plants, they would have like each leaf like 8 tin stabs from feet from cats, and between the chewing by cats and overwatering, some of them just quickly died. I lost a special one and a really expensive one. I don't think so. I did feel really sad when I lost a type of aloe. I had a full pot of this plant. It was like 5 different plants, I mean same plants, but just 5 of them, 5 shoots. And I was growing it for like almost 2 years, and got sick at the beginning of this summer, and I separated it, and I kept trying to recover it, but it just didn't work out, and I was really sad when I lost that one. You see, it's really interesting plant, pretty color. Okay, so next question is, what is on your wish list? I would love to get Chrysula Buddha Temple. It's pretty rare here, so I've been looking online prices and where I can order it. Also, I would like to get some more lithops and get more experience growing them, and maybe get Euphorbia obesa in future. Next question is, what made you share on YouTube? So when I started growing succulents, I discovered videos on YouTube about them, and I really enjoyed unboxing videos, succulent arranging videos, or videos about how to take care of cacti and succulents. And I thought it would be fun to share some of the things that I have learned, or share videos about my collection, especially because there is no any clubs or succulent societies here in the area where I live. So next question is, what is your other main hobby apart from growing succulents? I really love to cook and bake, and I have been doing this for a very long time, and every year I add some new recipes to my recipe book. I have made some very complex desserts such as French macaroons or French opera cake. So last year I got inspired by Great British Bake Off and decided to make some sweetbreads and introduce some new recipes like pizza, So I'm really excited about that. The other thing that I like to do sometimes are sewing projects, and I have done some miniature fashion for dolls, so I'm going to show you just a few projects that I did. So here are some of the Barbie dresses I designed and made. These black dresses, then this is like a 50s 60s style dress with polka dots, then some other outfits for Barbies. And there's like a winter dress and hat Barbie. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed what I shared, and I will see you in the next video.